Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Iqra Arshad and also welcome to 2018. Whoop, whoop. So this is my first official video of 2018. I hope everyone had a great Christmas, a great New Year's Eve and everything. Hopefully it went well with everyone, like you spent a good time with your family and friends and all that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way first since it's the first video of the year. So I don't tend to make these kind of videos, but since my channel is more of a lifestyle channel now than it used to be, I thought I should do a video like this, and it's going to be my goals for 2018. Typically, I'm not the kind of person who makes resolutions, if I'm being honest. But the last 2 years, I think, I've been making writing goals, because if you guys didn't know, I'm a writer. I'm currently in my last year of English and creative writing degree. I've learned a lot of skills to become a writer and stuff, and also I really just enjoy writing anyways by myself. Like I work on like projects outside of university too, so yeah, and I consider myself a writer. So I've been writing goals now for 2 years, I think, roughly. I think it was 2 years. So I thought I'd share some goals on here. A few of them I have them on my phone, by the way, just to tell you guys now. A few of them at the beginning, they're like, I have 3 regular goals just because I want to try them and see what happens kind of thing, but the rest are basically writing goals. So I thought I'd get into it. So do comment down below for me too, to tell me guys what you have goals. Do you like setting resolutions and stuff? Personally I don't, because I feel like resolutions is such a big word, but I like setting goals. Goals sounds kind of nicer, if that makes sense. It just seems like it's not something that's so forced. It's just something you want to achieve, and if you don't, it's okay kind of thing, because that's kind of how I see it. Because if I think about it, I don't think I've achieved many of my goals for last year either. So I achieved a few, but not many of them. So some of them are repeated from last year, like at least 2 of them I think are repeated from last year, and that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it, I guess. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I kind of look a mess today, because well, if I'm being completely honest, I wasn't feeling wearing makeup, and one of my major goals, which isn't written on this list but is a goal, is to really not care that if my skin looks bad or my hair looks bad, just to make videos because I like making them. Because I'm not trying to look perfect on camera, because this is not, I don't look perfect all the time anyway, so what's the point? Obviously I like to look presentable on camera, but there's days when I really don't want to do that kind of thing, and today is one of those days. I don't want to wear makeup. Also, hopefully you guys don't get too distracted by my little background. I feel like when I film here on my bed, my background is so boring, because I have basically a cream wall behind me, so like a radiator, so I put my little plushy things here. It's like a little reindeer. I have no idea what that is, but I got it gifted once, I think. So yeah, and then I have my little light up tree here, so hopefully you guys don't mind it too much. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but we're gonna get into it now, because I've been talking for I don't even know how long. I've been using my bigger camera. This doesn't say how long I've been recording for, but I've been recording for a little while now, so let's start. So my first goal, that's not a writing goal, is to try and be more dairy free this year. So if you didn't know, from about May/maybe June last year of 2017, I started to become dairy free, meaning I didn't drink cow's milk anymore. Main reason was my acne. My acne was really bad at that point, because I have body acne and stuff, and it was really bad. I have hormonal acne, so yeah, I know that it's not not definite if there's a scientific correlation between cow's milk and acne, but I thought I'd just do it. And if anything, it's been really good, because I actually don't drink cow's milk that much anymore. I say that much because I'm going to explain in a second, and I literally have been discovering so many different alternatives and stuff, and I have finally found the alternative that works. I'm currently trying rice milk, and I don't like it all that much, but I'm just using it because I want to finish up the carton. Obviously I'm nearly done. However, the milk I tried before the rice milk was oat milk, so it's made from oats obviously, and that milk is so good, and it's perfect for someone like me, because I don't consume a lot of milk in general. However, there's one time I will have milk. Now I'm British, and a British staple is a cup of tea, and every other milk has tasted naff in tea, so bad. I tried with almond milk. I started with almond milk first, since it was the milk that I knew, and it tasted disgusting in tea, but I carried on drinking it because I didn't realise what other alternative I could try. As soon as I tried oat milk, it was perfect. It created the perfect cup of tea that didn't taste foreign, and it still tasted like it was a nice milky cup of tea, if that makes sense. So it was perfect. So I'm going to keep drinking oat milk once I'm done with the rice milk that I'm on right now. So my goal is to be more dairy free, because I'm still eating other things that are full of dairy, if that makes sense. So I still eat cheese, It's something that I've gotten better at. I eat less of it, way less of it than I used to. I used to be very addicted to cheese. I was one of those kind of girls with cheese on everything, and I'm pretty much better at that now, but I want to kind of cut it out altogether if I can. It's pretty hard, but I'm going to try. The second thing is I drink Starbucks drinks sometimes. So I like the Starbucks drink. I drink Starbucks hot chocolate mainly, but I do get the soy milk with that, and that's fine. But I like drinking their frappuccinos a lot, and the creamy ones, not the coffee ones, like the creamy ones, like the chocolate and vanilla bean ones and stuff like that, and they're very not soya, if that makes sense, because I asked for like lots of cream on top and everything, so I'm gonna try and cut those out too. So my main goal is to try and make everything a bit more dairy free, if that makes sense. And I still eat chocolate and like stuff like that, but I don't like to restrict myself too much, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna, one step at a time kind of thing, I'm just gonna try and cut out a bit more and become more dairy free. So number 2 is to actually use your planner. Actually use my planner. So I have a planner called the Bando planner. I did a video on it, I'll link it up here. It's a really nice planner, but I didn't use it a lot, especially towards the end of last year. I started to use it a lot less, and if I look through my planner now, there's like so many months of it that are empty, and I feel like so bad. So my goal is to actually try and use my planner a bit more. I'm okay with it, but I think because I got so stressed, I was like, I'd rather do the things like the assignments and stuff that was stressing me than planning, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna actually try and use my planner a bit more. And the last one that's non-writing related is try to upload a more range of videos on both my channels. So like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, I wanted to do this video because I'm more of a lifestyle channel. Well, if you go back to my earlier videos, which I suggest you don't because they're really bad, but if you do go back to my earlier videos, you can see that I was more of a beauty channel, and I'm really not that anymore. I've kind of evolved since then. I mean, I still do beauty videos, obviously. Like, I make skincare videos, MTs, you know, makeup videos, just like the rest of the beauty community do. I'm kind of doing more videos than just that. So I thought one of my goals this year would be to like do a more wide range of videos on this channel, which I obviously need your guys' help with, so you guys will have to give me suggestions in the comments, obviously. But obviously you guys are pretty good at that, you're pretty vocal with that, so please do. And also, this refers to my second channel too. I do have a second channel where I do mainly reaction videos. Right now it's kind of turned, it was supposed to be like a second channel for me to upload music covers, vlogs, book related videos, and then now it's become a K-pop reaction channel. Now, as much as I love doing the K-pop reactions, I do want to make it a bit more diverse, so try and do more vlogs, maybe do more book reviews, because if you guys know, I actually read quite a lot. I have stopped in the last year or so just because I've been focusing on uni reading versus actual my own personal reading, but I do read quite a lot, so I want to do a wide range of like videos and stuff. So if you have any suggestions for what I want to do for both this channel and that channel, if you watch both, whatever, let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear them. So yeah, now onto the actual writing goals. Writing goals. I have a few. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals, and there's some like broken down a bit more. Okay, so the first one is, although it's not completely like my own personal writing, it's still about writing. It's to complete my dissertation. Now you may be wondering, that's pretty academic, but my dissertation, because I'm an English and creative writing undergraduate, is to write a 7,000 word short story, and at the current moment I haven't made much progress. I'm on like 200 words or something which is not good because I have about 2 weeks left until I have to submit my first draft, which is not good. But my goal in terms of is to complete that, because it's the first time I'll be writing such a lengthy kind of piece of work, if that makes sense, and it's like literally one short story in this whole like 7,000 words, so it's pretty much big for me. And everyone always says your dissertation is like basically your pivotal part of your education, of your like university education. It's like your most important piece you'll ever write in uni, if that makes sense. So it definitely is that for me, because first of all, it's obviously the last thing you'll write and the most important thing, and then obviously on top of it, that for me, it's a short story that I'm writing, so everything is coming out of my mind. I'm conjuring up a whole world of characters and stuff. So my one goal, the top one, is first of all is that. The second one is, again, it's not completely like fictional writing, if that makes sense, because I'm mainly talking about fictional writing when it comes to my goals. However, it's still writing, and that is to write at least one blog post a month. Now, if you visited my blog, which is always in the description if anyone wants to check it out, but it's been a bit inactive for a while, but if you visited it, I've said it, it's been a bit inactive for a while. I haven't updated it for quite a while, and my blog was what started this whole me being a creator kind of journey. So I need to like, I want to go back to it. Not only do I need to, I actually want to go back to it. I find it so difficult to write blog posts all the time because I'm uploading once a week on this channel, or at least I'm trying to, even though I fail sometimes. I'm trying to write my dissertation and do other assignments at uni, and I'm also uploading quite frequently on my second channel because of K-pop reactions. So I find it quite difficult. So my goal is to at least just write one a month. That would mean there'll be 12 in a year altogether, hopefully. If I can write more, that'd be great, but if I can even just write one a month, that would be good. So I'm gonna start the first blog post. Hopefully it'll be up once the video is up too, and I can link it down below, but it'll be kind of based on New Year's resolutions and goals and stuff. So yeah, I really want to do that, and it's been a while since I've written on this. It's going to be quite hard, but I want to do it so badly. So yeah. So now onto my actual like fiction writing goals, I guess. With writing goes in hand reading, so I feel like they go hand in hand, because as you read more and more books, you read more variety of books, your vocabulary expands, it helps you become better as a writer. So I'm going to put a reading one into, which is to read at least 12 books this year, so one book each month. If you guys didn't know, I have a Goodreads account down below. It's in the link to all down there, everything, all the time. But I have a Goodreads account which helps you track the books you read, but also they allow you to like create a goal for how many books you want to read in the year. And last year I set like an unrealistic goal of like 30 something books, I think, which doesn't seem unrealistic to some people, but someone like me who's doing an English degree and has to read so much for my course, I don't have time to actually read like books I want to read, if that makes sense. So I tried to set a goal this time to do one book a month, if that makes sense. And how I'm going to do it is I'm going to create a jar, put in all the books on my TBR list. Now I have a long TBR list. However, the TBR list I'm talking about, and if you don't know what TBR means, it's to be read. To be read list I'm talking about is my shelf that's behind the camera right now, and I'm looking at it. I have bought a lot of books, and I have like at least, that looks at least 30 books there that haven't been read, but they're sitting there on the shelf. So I want to put those all in then, and then once a month I pick one out and I just read it, kind of thing. So that's the goal. If I want to read that month, I will. If I don't, then I don't read. But if I want to have a feel I want to read a book, then I pick it out from the jar, and that's kind of how I want to go with it. So yeah. So the next thing is to read more variety of books, but that will help from the jar as well. So I guess that will help because I have got a variety of books, but I tend to read very much young adult and romance, chick lit. That's pretty much it usually. So I have got quite a wide variety on my shelf right now that I'm looking at. I have some non-fiction in there. I have some regular like standard like modern fiction and contemporary fiction. I have some non-fiction. Did I say non-fiction? I need to say non-fiction. I have some fantasy. I have a graphic novel. So I have a wide range, so I think it'll be fun. It's just a matter of putting them in the jar and see what happens, I guess. Then my next one is to write a collection of short stories. So I really want to write a collection of short stories. I wrote 3 short stories for my assignment last semester gone now, just before December. In December I wrote like 3 short stories, and it was kind of like they were a collection because they kind of worked together. But I want to combine those 3 stories with another story that I have on Wattpad. I want to like transform that story and then also write a few more stories and make it into a collection of short stories about relationships and like little moments that happen in relationships, if that makes sense. I really want to do something like that. I think that would be really interesting. I really liked writing about love and relationships, which sounds completely strange to some people because I've never been in a relationship myself, but I really enjoy writing about that stuff, and people seem to think I'm okay at it, or at least good at it, because I get marked fairly okay on it. So yeah, I really want to write a collection and one day hopefully publish it. It'll be really good to publish a short story collection, I think. So yeah, that's one of my goals this year, to write a short story collection, because at least when I'm done with my dissertation in May, I'll have time, if that makes sense, to write my own things. So I have the rest of the year to write a collection of short stories. So I think that's a pretty clever idea to put it on my list. My next thing is to write some more poetry. I'm not that strong in poetry, but I do actually enjoy it, surprisingly. And the one form of poetry I really want to try out is blackout poetry, because I wanted to try it last year but I never got a chance to. If you've never seen blackout poetry, do Google it. It's very interesting. Blackout poetry. I'll write it here so you guys know what I'm on about. And also my next 2 types are free verse poetry and abstract, because I have written poetry a little bit before, and it's been for assignments usually, but they've been very free verse and abstract. And my teacher, my lecturer, liked one of my abstract poems. He wanted me to write more. He wanted me to write it more like more feelings and stuff like that, or I don't know what he wanted. He wanted something to be bit more literal and stuff, but then he said, I understand that it's supposed to be abstract and stuff, and it's kind of your style that you're going with. So he seemed to like the abstract style, so I thought, oh, maybe I'm good at it kind of thing. So I want to try and write some more poetry to strengthen that skill, because it's not something that I'm great at, but I do quite like it actually, so yeah. My next thing is about my individual voice as a writer. I really want to develop my individual voice as a writer. So if you guys didn't know, I'm Pakistani, British. I'm born here in England, and I'm Muslim too, and I'm a young adult in her 20s. So I just turned 21 at the end of last year, so I'm pretty much just at the beginning of the 20s kind of thing. But that is me as a person, and I want that voice to kind of come through my writing. So yeah, people talk about it all the time, your voice as a writer and stuff, and how your individual voice kind of makes you stand out and stuff, and I really want that voice to be developed. I think I'm getting there slowly, but it's gonna take longer, because obviously I'm not still an experienced writer. I only really started writing once just before uni started. Before that I wasn't even considering writing as a career, if that makes sense, or even something I like kind of thing. So yeah, I really want to develop that, and that's a goal this year, I think. And my last thing is kind of goes hand in hand with the last one. It's diversity in characters. Now, I'm someone who's diverse like me, who's actually like, you know, a person of colour and stuff. I surprisingly don't write people of colour characters often, if that makes sense, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because it's just something I naturally haven't done. I write very much Caucasian, white characters, and occasionally black characters, but it's very occasionally, but I tend to write Caucasian characters the most, and that's something I want to change, because even though it's not a bad thing, I feel like my voice as a writer can help influence me writing more diverse characters, if that makes sense. So like in my last assignment, I wrote 2 short stories, and one short story was about a younger like teenage couple, and she was Irish and he was just Caucasian, like he was from that city, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna say what city it was set in because it's too much detail, but he was like from that city, whereas she was from Ireland. The next like characters in another story were Caucasian. Unfortunately, I kept them Caucasian. No, actually they weren't. They were a mixed race couple. So he was Caucasian and she was black. And in the last couple, they were an Indian couple who were like born and bred in this country, kind of like me, like how I'm Pakistani but I'm born in this country. They were kind of like that. They were Indian and born in this country. So it was really interesting to explore different like cultural aspects, if that makes sense. It was really fun, and it was really interesting and stuff to apply my own knowledge to the stories and stuff. That's kind of what I want to do with my short story collection, if that makes sense. I really want to add more like diverse characters. So my story that's on Wattpad, I never explicitly said like their like ethnicity, but essentially the guy is supposed to be Chinese from Hong Kong, and the girl is supposed to be Korean. I just never explicitly said it, if that makes sense. I just kind of like put like it never needed to be put into the story. It wasn't like necessarily a necessary detail. However, I kind of want to rework that story and make it a bit more, not prominent, but you know, because I don't want to just throw it in there for the sake of throwing it in there, but I just want to, you know. Guys, so my camera SD cards are playing up really badly, so I just wanted to quickly finish the video. Sorry it's turned into a vloggy style like this. It was never supposed to happen, but it's really messing up. I don't know why it's doing this at all, but it's doing this, so I have to just deal with it. I'm gonna have to buy some new SD cards. They keep saying that they're full even though they're not, but basically what I was trying to say that was they go both hand in hand, my last 2 goals, and I really want to work hard on that. And even though I don't want to make it explicit, like I'm just putting ethnicity in there just to be like, you know, culturally aware and woke and, you know, all that kind of stuff and be like hipster and shit. I really want to do that because it's something I enjoy doing, and it's as someone like me who's a person of colour, I feel like it's important to have that kind of like weave through my writing and stuff. So yeah, but that is all for my goals this year, I guess. If you guys have any goals or resolutions, let me know down in the comments down below. So remember to tell me in the comments, talk about it, everything, and I'll happily chat with you. Message me if you guys want to talk about these kind of things. Also, give me your suggestions for videos like I mentioned earlier. I'd love to see what else I should do on this channel, and I guess that is all. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, big thumbs up. Let's start the year off right by giving me thumbs ups. Please hit subscribe down below if you like what I do here, and also hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date with when I upload and stuff. Even though I upload once weekly, it's sometimes hard to keep track of my uploads because I don't upload consistently all the time since I'm still in uni. But yeah, I guess that is all. Thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone starts the new year off right, and I guess I should catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys, toodles!